Hopefully we are here. Here. Check. 1, 2. All right. Okay, it looks like everything is good. Let me get myself on the screen for y'all. First,
I have sinned against you, my Lord. And I would ask that your precious
oh, greetings. Make sure my sound is good. Okay. All right. We're good. We are good. Just had to play that throwback Jimmy Swaggart. Let me get my banners up here real quick. All right. Let's go ahead and get that up there. Welcome to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially. Yes, welcome. If you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe this video. They're messing with your emojis. Please like and subscribe this video. Subscribe to this channel and share this video and this broadcast and this channel on your social media. Thank you in advance. Looks like we have an update, folks. Unfortunately, it's not looking good. So, let me move that out. Okay. Oh boy. So look at this, y'all. I need to break them out at some point. But I got some new information on this Brother Polight story. This broadcast is not probably going to be what you expect, because I'm sure a lot of people are going in. But I will say this. I will open with saying no one's perfect. But when they have DNA, it's a very bad look. So, with that being said, we have heard about the charges, and now they were first semi to 99% confirmed when I reported about this yesterday for my liking. And today, well, now it's over the top. When you have a mugshot, that is what it is. So let's get right to it.
Post, but now the social media influencer, motivational speaker, is making headlines for the wrong reason. NBC6 reporter Kim Nguyen is live in Miami Beach tonight with more on the arrest of the man known as Brother Polight. Kim.
Yeah, well, Jawan, the suspect surrendered here at the Miami Beach Police Department earlier this week. Police charged him with sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl. We did speak with his lawyer earlier tonight, who says that these charges are false.
This is the mugshot of 37-year-old Michael Nowak Jr., also known as Brother Polight, to his more than 300,000 Instagram followers. Miami Beach police arrested Nowak this week for alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. Police say the alleged victim was the daughter of a woman he was romantically linked to. Defense attorney David Terrace says his client is innocent.
Once the evidence is produced, that he is going to be exonerated. So, yeah, not guilty, nothing else.
According to the police report, Nowak, a motivational speaker and author who lives in L.A., asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami. The report states Nowak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. Police say the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breast, inner thighs, and buttocks. It goes on to say Nowak tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Nowak trying to make her throw up.
These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always motive. there is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see.
The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs, with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It later states Nowak told the mother not to call police because it would ruin his career. Nowak was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to police on Monday. Terrace says the police report is only an allegation.
Yeah.
And Nowak claims to have written more than 90 books. In an interview, he also claims to have several wives. For now, we're reporting live in Miami Beach. Kim Nguyen, NBC6 News.
Something I found interesting about this report. They called him a motivational speaker. So is that what he's known for? Notice how they didn't really mention like the conscience community or wokeness as they've been throwing out so freely these days. Oh, Lord. Let me say what's up to the family in the house. Judah Queen, Oyela Arquette, Kathy B, Black Gravity, the PDX family up in the house. Yes, indeed. Silent D Productions, Kathy B. All right. Welcome, y'all. Peace, and blessings be unto all of you. If you're catching this replay, again, for those who are new to this channel, please like and share this video and also subscribe to this channel. So with that being said, this happened. And so he went, the one thing that we did here that was obviously misinformation was that he didn't get bail. But clearly, yeah, he obviously got bail because he's out, probably against his defense team's better judgment. He went live. And again, this is one of these things for me. If you're going to be in a space to where you're supposed to be, well, I've literally seen this guy go at other brothers questioning their validity of blackness within their message. I don't know what part of the game of being humble or being for the people has you flossing. I mean, like, this is the dude who used to wear the raw eye around his eye. He always have it drawn on his face. And then to see him like drenched out in Louis Vuitton and all this expensive designer clothes. Ooh, it just makes me think, for what this cat spent on a car, people were saying someone was hustling for getting up $1 million for a hidden history museum. It's a lot of flack that guy got, which, by the way, had made its goal of over $1 million. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed and the rest of the B1 family. Foundational Black Americans made something happen. And the non-FBA families who are B1 around the diaspora. So props to every one of you who contributed. If it was a little, if it was a lot, you know, I know a few, myself, Judah Queen, you know, threw a little in the pot. So one thing we don't see when people are trying to build something for someone else is an overload of narcissism. And when you have things like this kind of reveals it, because it's like this is a poor, I would say a poor way, or no, not even attempt, because I don't know if this cat was really even thinking about it versus just what he wanted to say. But if he wanted to look in a positive light, maybe silence would have been the best option. But I'm gonna play this and y'all let me know what y'all think.
Introspect on later on. That's what we do. This Rolls Royce Diaries. So I'm talking in the order in which I choose.
Ballin'.
So let's get back to it. Let's get back to action. Rolls Royce Diaries. Here's another thing. You know, you pray for rain, but you get mad when you get the mud. When you are a child, you have certain ambitions and goals. And as you get older and older, they start to dissipate. First they grow and then they dissipate once you start becoming an adult.
I wish I had
reality sets in. You got to work real hard to get to the point where you want to be at. I'll tell you, for the most part, 3 years. I would say 2. But I've told many people last year and into this year, like, damn, you know what? I could die right now.
Yeah, you do.
Because I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. I got to be with the women I ever wanted to be with. I got the vehicles I ever wanted. You know, all the toys. Most importantly, I set up wealth stewardship. I employed wealth stewardship to the point that I know if I'm not here, my work ethic will perpetuate itself within the confines of the lives of the people that I love and trust.
Okay, so by the way, Oyella Arquette, they have not monetized my channel yet. You know, you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to get to that point. But you know, it's coming. It's coming. We still have the Cash App. So, you know, that's the Cash App $beatzillapdx. However, I would love to have the super chat. Now, are y'all getting this? When I first seen this video, I thought it was old. I had no idea it was like just yesterday. Google takes 30%. Ashley W. Yes, indeed. Ashley knows. Ashley gets super chat. Yeah, I know all about that 30% chunk. But the Cash App is a great way. The PayPal is also there too. Now, y'all check this out. This dude here, again, I would have advised, and I'm sure his lawyers would have said, sit back on this one. Don't say nothing. If nothing else, just proclaim innocent.
I wanted to be in a position where I can employ my people, empower my people, add value to my people. I want to be in a position
Rahami Bey,
where
shout outs,
my children can look and say, man, he thought about me when I was born. Not just he gave me food, clothing, and shelter, subpar food, clothing, shelter. You know, I don't knock nobody who's struggling. But within the last 3 years, it's wild. I can say I've accomplished everything I ever wanted to accomplish on planet Earth for my whole life. I say that to say that when people look at me and they say, yo, man, those are fake smiles, or he's not really happy, man. He just always look like he happy, or whatever y'all be saying out there. I'm content because I know one desire begets another desire. So I'm not going to go out my way and desire another $400,000 car after another $400,000 car. I ain't going to do that because that's crazy.
People have asked me in the past, what do you think about, and I don't really get into those conversations. Now, of course, I see what I see. If you don't hear me talking about a specific person, then you already know, you know, hey, I haven't vetted that person for myself. So I can't vouch for anyone. With him, yeah. And pay attention to the comments. Again, with all that he has done, I remember him from 2013. So that's when I first came across him. And he went out to the elders of GMS at the time and was looking to do a debate. That's how the whole Israelite, that's how that whole debate scene even blew up. And he was at the centerpiece of that with him and Sarnetta. So fast forward to now, we looking at somewhat of a transition, just like someone else did. They were really Afrocentric, and now they flossing. You know, just peeping the inconsistency. And that's something that I was like, well, I know a person, I know a businessman when I see one. I put it like that.
Hey, what up, though? How you doing, King? Chilling. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm content. I did everything. I checked off everything on my list. Over 30 countries I done went to. Boom. I checked it off.
Around the bush.
I did everything I ever wanted to do. And so
they getting at him in them chats.
You got to understand perspective. You got to understand perspective. You know what I'm saying? That we live in a world that if someone heard
DNA
that
is
something
not a
bad
perspective,
happened to somebody, depending on who they said did the wrong, people might even celebrate the wrong that they think may have happened just because they hate that person.
Negro, cut it out. You are charged with having sex with a 14-year-old girl, bro, with DNA evidence attaching you to even being in her presence. What the hell are you doing in a hotel room with a 14-year-old in the middle of the night, overnight? Now, I got to also ask, what's up with her mother to where she thought that was cool? But, yo, I said earlier, narcissism, as well as some other things I will get to. For those who have been following me and who went back and looked at the replay, remember what I told y'all about COINTELPRO grassroots tactics? Bronze Mac, hey, what's going on? Welcome.
So when you people want to be popular or you achieve success, remember when you pray for rain, you may get mud. Remember that. When you pray for rain, you might get mud. Real talk. And what I mean by that is,
take them shades.
There's the pros and the cons to success. Sometimes you could be so popular that, like, look, when you're popular and you do nothing but good and you contribute all sorts of positivity, change people's lives, add value to them, make them money, guess what? Nobody reaches out to you and say, can I get an interview? But if someone hears something egregious about you, suddenly everyone knows how to contact you to get a story.
This ain't really
the world in which we live.
Best way to be getting a story, though.
So we have enough people in the building right now. We had about 3,500 people. And money can't get you to heaven. Hey, let's talk about this crazy talk too. So people say, hey, God is punishing me. That's why my father died. And I'm dealing with this crazy scenario.
The words of Apostle Elder Rakah have came back to still haunt this brother. So many years later. Now, some of y'all may not know because I'm sure y'all don't follow who I'm talking about. But like I said, I remember him from 2013, around October. And again, what's so funny is what he's saying. He's making a reference to something Rakah had said to him, or said online to him years ago. Because his father been dead. His father didn't recently die. This was years ago. So with him going through this now and bringing his father's situation up, he's going to go back into telling you how he feels about the Most High. So again, while going through this situation, takes another stab or try, an attempted swing at the Most High again. So I'm just giving you some background story on what he's talking about.
God is doing that. So when Nipsey got shot in his head, that was God's plan because he got something special
Nipsey
going
wasn't
for him.
an
I ain't say that.
offense.
That's what people
You
say. His
were.
family say this. When Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter, they said, man, God had a special plan, took him and his daughter because he knows he loved his daughter so much. They took him and his daughter. They said that God's special plan.
Oh, that's weasel talk. Because truth be told, anybody talking like that, that's almost dry snitching on the dead. I mean, why are you even speaking on either one of those two deceased individuals? You weren't shot in the head, and these people weren't in the predicament you were in. Kobe Bryant dies in a fiery helicopter crash with his daughter. The hell are you talking about, bro?
So one man could die in a helicopter, another man gets shot in his head. But something bad happened to me. Oh, God punishing me. But them, he had a special plan. That's why he got shot in the head, and that's why he died in a helicopter. So y'all could miss me with all your spookisms and speculations about God. If you hate me, you just hate me. That's it.
I'm telling you, what he's talking about right now goes back to October of 2013, and he's feeling it. If y'all just hate me, these new people don't even know about that, bro. Cut it out. That's what you're dealing with, but you know what you did. So to sit up here talking all of this, just stop. Own it. But again, out your mouth. I don't believe in none of that spooky stuff. All right. So Polight is one of the individuals to when we talk about like spiritual warfare, or, well, he says he believes in energies, but he doesn't believe in spooky stuff. Like a spirit wouldn't be energy. What a weirdo. But anyway, my stream is acting up. You might want to refresh because it's good on my end because I'm watching it on a whole nother device. Oh, let me keep going.
That's it. Keep it like that. Just keep it 1,000. If you hate me, you hate me. But
Nobody
all of this,
hates
you know what's in God's mindset and all. Nah, send that to another channel where people are open to express their hate for me. You know what I'm saying?
See how he trying to flip it?
So,
Stop.
I'll say this much to you guys to address the elephant in the room. This is out of respect and love to the people that follow me.
Bruh.
Not to the people who came over here just to speak negative and do their thing. First of all, thank you all for sending me so much positive messages, sending me positive embrace. Thank all my brothers and sisters that called me.
Nipsey and Kobe have nothing to do with this.
To just show me so much love and support. And so I did this live stream not for the detractors. I have nothing to prove to the people that's talking crazy. I did this live stream for my good brothers and sisters who automatically is like, yo, I'm rocking with you. I love you. I don't give a damn, this, that, and the third. I just want you all to understand that if there's any legal issue that I'm dealing with, it doesn't behoove me to speak on it at this hour because I have a defense team, plural. Probably the best in the goddamn country, may I add. But I have a defense team that I would be circumventing or undermining their ability to render
DNA shirt emoji.
the services that they are obligated to fulfill on my behalf by speaking. So I know in the world of YouTube court, yo, if something happened, just talk about it. But in the legal world,
fam, we don't have to talk about in the court of YouTube. You got a whole court case, bruh. Cut out the YouTube joint. Because at the end of the day, what that white man or the black man in that robe say, and then 12 people in that box got to say is the action you got, player. So cut it out. Cut it out. This is is and I can almost bank there's going to be somebody coming out here within the next day or two talking about how we need to stand behind this brother. Watch for who that person is. Whoever comes out, whatever content creator comes out talking that shit, that is what would be referred to as being part of the go along, get along gang, as we have already heard it. But, you know, things have been said. You know, certain people are comfortable with taking oaths and pledges and certain things. You know, more power to you. But when you do, you gotta own it.
It don't work like that. In the legal world, when you got a legal defense team and things have been said, you just allow the things that have been said to be said, and that just gets dealt with accordingly. You don't open your mouth, you don't speak. So what I will say is my defense team will be putting out a statement on my behalf, perhaps even an interview, and they'll get it in. But out of respect to the people that love and support me, not the trolls.
Innocent.
We know who you are. The second you hear something bad about me, you do videos. You see all the good going on, you don't do nothing. I thought you died. You heard something bad? I'm like, oh, they resurrected. They're alive. You think they're watching you because they're concerned with you. You think they're watching you. You think those views you getting, oh man, they love what I'm doing. Start talking about yourself again and see how many people listen to you. When you talk about me, they listen to you. It gotta really fucking hurt. You hate me. But you know what? You need me. Because you monetize those shit. If you hate me so much, don't make money off of my name. Don't collect money talking about me. Don't put advertisements in your YouTubes. If you hate me so much, don't make money off of my name.
Well, this video isn't monetized, but you're still looking crazy. And worse by the minute. See, what's in the description of this video? Sometimes being quiet is better. He needs to shut his mouth. And I don't know who is advising him. We've seen his lawyer, or at least one of them. He said he got plenty. He's balling. Mess with the boss. Look at my designer hat and my shades. I'm flossing on y'all. Fresh out the joint with some horrible charges.
Real talk. If you hate me that much, don't make money off my name. How about that? You hate me so much. But you know, I'm blessed and highly appreciative of everybody that shows love and support. But like I said, this stream is not for the detractors and for the trolls. This stream is for the people that really show me love. I want them to understand if they haven't taken it into consideration, that it's not in my best interest to speak about any specific parts or details of anything, any allegations that's been made. It's not in my best interest. You know, you don't drop a bag for people to work on your behalf so you can circumvent their abilities so you can jump right in. If you think,
oh, Lord. Okay. Louise, hey. I'm late for a very important date. Absolutely. But hey, you are here, and I'm glad you're here. We are just discussing the topic of the day, which, again, you know, see, humility, I believe, would probably be the better angle for this. Not saying he needs to be Jim.
I have sinned against you, my Lord. And I would ask that your precious
You know, but when I seen that, you know what it actually reminded me of? what, 2021 has been a hell of a year, hasn't it? I mean, really.
Outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out. Definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took, and definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying this,
you don't say,
not because I'm, married to you guys. First and foremost, I'm accountable to God. Then I have to be accountable to my wife, in which we've already had this conversation. I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list if I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years.
Okay, see, that's how it started. Is this
another major story that we uncovered?
This ain't it. I'm gonna show you that. Ooh, y'all gonna trip on that. That's the wrong video. Where is that other video at? Is this it?
Have a particular obligation.
No, that is not what I want. I gotta show you this other joint. Because I just saw this. I was tripping out like, damn, this so feels familiar. It sure feels familiar. There we go. With the whole explaining.
Your own willpower, your own values. You have to have the grace of God to break free from certain things, to stay away from certain things, to not operate from your lowest self, whatever it may be.
So, when I looked in the comments of this video, I don't know if old boy was trolling or not, but he said, D, I think I want to see a reaction to this video. So let's do it. And by the way, I'm gonna speak in third person. A lot of you already seen this, but this is Derek Jackson. A lot of people think of him as a relationship expert and guru and all of that. Well, he and his wife are making this video because apparently at some point in their marriage, or maybe even beforehand in the relationship, he didn't take his own advice and he stepped out and he got involved with other women, as you heard them say. Now, upon first impression, nothing really stuck out to me about him, but more so about the wife. Like, I heard her say that she stands with her husband. She's proud to love him. I heard her say that, this is some time ago. They've already processed this, overcame this, dealt with this a long time ago, and nothing's really new to her. But just by her body language, I was really wondering, like, did he force her to do this video? Like, she looks super uncomfortable, like she doesn't want to be there. But then I watched their live chat that they did right afterwards, and, I kind of caught that this is just a part of her personality, so that kind of explains somewhat of her demeanor. She clearly has a mind of her own, if you saw the live chat too. And she said that the live chat even was her idea. So with that, cool. She wants to stand by her husband. She feels like he's worth it. She has that right. Now, as far as what he said, I understand and I completely applaud him taking accountability, because too many times we see dudes and they got this sob story about how they was raised and they broken home and the goldfish died and they never seen a marriage and all that. He didn't do that. He just took accountability. But I hope he understands that all the accountability in the world is not going to rebuild broken trust.
You got that right, buddy. Because we know now we can't trust you. I mean, hell, I used to catch flack from people pumping this dude. It's like, this dude is lying to y'all. Don't no man think like that. The hell is he talking about? Like, y'all think there's a dude like that? You in a long road of heartache. Oh my goodness. He's feeding you the idea of the rich simp. I could say so. Well, I'm just gonna say it. For those of y'all who wonder why so many women call in to Kevin Samuels, it's because he gives the blueprint on how to get a rich simp. A rich simp that, now that he's rich, feels that he shouldn't have to simp as hard. So now you're going to do what I want because I'm high value. As far as monetary gain is concerned, yes, I guess so. If you're looking for a man of standards and character, not just finance, but I mean, finance is as well, but not just finance, then you need to have a wider view. But, you know, hey, if shallow, egotistical, and monetary value is what's worth it to you, that's his audience. And they're trying to land him one of them rich sucker simps. You know, somebody will buy it. Somebody will buy it. So I'll just say with this, you got to be careful of who you are listening to. Vet everybody, like I stress, vet everybody, because we do have these COINTELPRO type of things, and that ain't cool. So you know what I'm gonna do real quick, since I haven't played this yet, I'm gonna set up this other video because I wanted to touch on something here. We have people in the black, I hate to say black conscious community, but in the black conscious community that really aren't here for black people. They are placed here by the powers that be for whatever reason or another. And you got to understand, the powers that be have a full-fledged system of identifying cooperators and collaborators and knowing where they can use them, and they would be best suited to suit their purpose of furthering the goals of white supremacy, even if it looks like it's pro-black. You just got to look at what is being pushed. And when I see over flossing and bragging, like if I was to hear somebody who I watch brag, let that be one in a few. Okay, you got this. Okay, you can go ahead and talk about what you got. But when you're doing something like the Bentley Chronicles or whatever the hell that is, man, who you doing that for? Is that supposed to be inspiring? As much hate as I've heard on so many people that actually turned out product, yeah, I guess he's wrote books. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Are they bestsellers? I don't know what title of his book. Not to be hating on the man, but things ain't looking good. And again, remember, when white supremacy is finished with its tools, they break them. Not saying that he's a tool of white supremacy. But what is being displayed as a huge lack of integrity, not just by what he's being accused of, but by how he's carrying it. That just is looking real funny style. I'll just say that. You know, I'm no judge, I'm no jury. But I will say, it's a good thing if you want to tear something down to have a compromisable asset. So in the grassroots, the powers that be know this asset is pretty much one and done. So we're going to pay him, and then we're going to leave him. And now he'll be paying for all the legal help that he needs. I've seen this before. That's all I'm saying. I can't say one thing is tied to another, but I'm just recognizing the pattern that has already been established. What's different about him? Because you wouldn't want to believe it? Again, if you need to fool the masses of black people, you need somebody black people would really, truly, honestly believe and relate to, and definitely would be closer to trusting than a John Lewis type, right? Am I making sense to folks out there? So we're going to come back and look at something. We're going to look at something called Operation Mockingbird. After this little brief break. Be right back.
You can bob your hands, you can stomp your feet, you can smile at everyone you see on the streets, 'cause this is it. It's Beatzilla, baby. It's a new year. We're taking music back. In the street, they say you don't want to hear this. You feel like on your tongue.
All right, and we're back. Super brief. So, somebody put in the Royal Court chat the other day article about Operation Mockingbird, and I want you to just look at these old clips that I found based on this program. But I want you to think about our grassroots new black media situation, and just look at what we're doing right now as more people are starting to vibrate at a higher frequency. You have to remember they are on full alert to attack it. So these people don't react. They have been at a plan of action for a very, very long time. So this is the first video we're going to play. And there were people, something is wrong with the sound. Uh-oh. Let me see. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm hearing that. Let me see. Try and refresh. Because I don't know why that's cracking. Let me see. That's crazy. Try and refresh. Okay. Yeah, okay. Is it still cracking? Let me see what's going on here. That's nuts. Okay, how's that? Is that any better? Because I would hate to have to go. Okay, good. Okay, so let me play this video right here.
The story that we uncovered was the whole range of CIA media operations throughout the world. We did an analysis of these operations and the use of money, very large-scale money. It's thought between 1/3 and 40% of the CIA's budget. And I should say that that budget figure is the biggest secret that there is in Washington today. At that time, it was estimated that the 1978 budget was in the range of $1.5 billion. A more recent estimate by a military journal, not a liberal journal by any means, estimated that the CIA's budget today is in the range of $10 billion. At any rate, this analysis that we made of the CIA's media operations disclosed, among other things, that they deliver through CIA couriers ready to print or ready to broadcast news, and I put that in inverted commas, which is used by the media. And this is created by the CIA.
How
often does the CIA manipulate the media in this way, plant stories, get their views in the media? Is this fairly common as a modus operandi for the CIA?
It goes beyond your, in the course of the past 30 years, it goes beyond your wildest imagination, the extent to which the CIA has gone to manipulate public opinion. If you include the MH Chaos program, which was $1 billion program of setting up proprietary companies, setting up student organizations so they could draw radical students in and do every kind of duplicitous manipulation of national student movements, press, propaganda, labor, extensive formation of labor unions, funding of major labor unions, with the objective essentially of manipulating the mind and attitudes of workers throughout the nation and the world. This was the essential tool that they used to destabilize Chile and overthrow Allende.
Sounds like what's happening here in America right now, doesn't it? Now, did you catch the part where they're talking about getting radical students? Who does that sound like? If you can attach maybe two groups that have been in news over the course of the past, 2 years or a year or so, you know, Antifa and Black Lives Matter, you know, they say they were trained. This has been going on for a long time. So look, the attack on the media that they had already had, do you think they would not send their plants to infiltrate our thing? I'm saying fed everybody.
Of course, making the economy scream, getting to the military officers, but it was essentially the truckers' union that finally brought the country down and justified, quote, justified Pinochet's takeover of power. 5,000 university professors they've co-opted. This is Church Committee revelations. I'm not making this up. It's in print. Church Committee's revelations. 5,000 university professors co-opted to help the CIA manipulate people's minds. 400 journalists in the U.S., including big-name journalists. Now, that's a big chunk of the prominent journalists co-opted to function routinely to help the CIA put out its stories and biases to the world.
There are a whole range of areas wherein the CIA provides briefings to selected journalists, and there are numerous cases where the CIA has, for example, published books, and several thousand books were published in English by the CIA, and this is documented in the Church Committee report. They set up 250 news services and wire services, some of which, not all, but some of which are still in the pocket of the CIA.
Okay. Do remember what they just said, wire services? Okay. Y'all watched my previous broadcast. So for those of you who are in the last, one of my last lives about DARPA, what he's referring to is what DARPA is today. Okay? Are y'all seeing how this ties in? For those of you who are new to this channel, I would advise you to go look back at some of my previous videos, because I tie a lot of this stuff in. So if this is your first time watch this broadcast, by all means, please go check my previous broadcasts, especially the most recent ones. The weekly wrap up from about 2 weeks ago. I guess you could start there. You got to learn who you're dealing with, learn what you're dealing with, and see how they actually operate. So I hope that you guys are getting this good information. You know, is this anything you guys have heard of before? Have you all heard of this before now? And have you ever heard this explained?
And I think it's only fair to say that even some journalists who don't realize, there are some who are witting, but there are also some who do not realize that they're being targeted by the CIA when they come home from a trip overseas. They might talk to somebody and they don't realize, at least right away, who they're talking to, and then it turns out that they've been the source of information which was used by the CIA.
And then specific operations around the world from corner to corner to discredit this individual, create an impression about that situation, such as El Salvador, the famous white papers in the Angolan operation, which I note were, you know, back in the good old days, we did a better job. Our white papers in the Angolan operation were based on very specific photographs and hard information of Soviet ships putting into Porto Ambuim in Angola. The white paper that the CIA produced for Alexander Haig to justify the intervention in El Salvador was a piece of trash. It was discredited by the right and the left and the center. It didn't hold together.
I should point, for example, to the stories that came out during the Angola operation, where it was discovered that the CIA was involved in a massive covert operation, which the Congress cut off when they learned about it. There were certainly a small handful, really a tiny handful, you could count them on the fingers of one hand, of the members of Congress who knew about that operation and the scale of it beforehand, and then they cut it off. Well, one of the revelations at the time that came out was that the CIA had created a story that was planted in the media that the Cubans who were in Angola at the time were raping Angolan women, and that they were really doing very, very gross things to these women and killing them. Well, it was disclosed, in fact, by John Stockwell, among other people, who was the former CIA station chief, or in charge of the CIA's task force in Angola, that that whole story was created by the CIA station in Zambia and in Zaire, where they sat around a table and wrote this story, and then it was fed to a stringer, who then fed it to a news service, who then got it to the AP, Associated Press, who then picked it up, and it was sent around the world, and it was printed in hundreds of newspapers as fact.
How much of that happens now? Look at what's going on right now. Look at what they're trying to sell us. Now, like I said, for those who are new to this broadcast, please go back and look for the my last broadcasts that are tying all of this in. For those of y'all who have been following me, you see where I'm going. This is crazy, and this has been going on for a long time. So think of COINTELPRO, when they were putting people, CIA operatives, in these black groups to infiltrate them and also report back to the man. You know what I mean? Which, of course, most people of that ilk were boule when it comes down to the black folk. SMCM, welcome, welcome. Yes, indeed. Yes. So everybody in the room, please like and share this video. Pitsy Lola, y'all bless. Welcome. Yes, please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And you know, we are just understanding the game here. Hopefully, this Brother Polight deals with the situation at hand with a little more care, but I have no dog in that fight. You understand? I have no dog in that fight. Good luck. You know, it doesn't look good. So I can say I don't wish ill on anybody. The evidence, you know, one thing his lawyer said was kind of troubling, you know, is about it's just an allegation, you don't get arrested on an allegation. And usually when you're getting arrested on an allegation, that would have happened back in February, not in August. You know, this was a long process. Then, you know, now we're finally hearing about it because all this time he knew his DNA was there. I mean, we be kidding ourselves to think that he's out here talking the way he's talking now, not knowing that he had that DNA out there over his head. So, yeah, you know, there is that. So, I just wanted to give an update. Of course, this is no courtroom here, so we are, you know, how he complained about the court of YouTube. No judgment here, but you will have to deal going in and out. Oh man, they are messing with me heavy. Let me check something real quick. One second. Okay, are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Look like it kind of refreshed here. Okay, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, are we there? Are we there? Are we there? All right. Okay, looks like it got to cracking out too. Cool. All right. I don't know what that was about. That was weird. Oh well. I see my screen on my end even had to refresh. That is super weird. Like I said, we are a small platform here. We are growing by the day. And the powers that be do not like the truth being spoken wherever it's coming from. And all I'm trying to do is just enlighten my people. That's all I'm doing. I'm just sharing information, sharing my commentary on the news and politics and things that affect foundational Black Americans and the B1 family across the diaspora. So, you know, and all of our supporters as well. Thank you. Let me see. Let me play something though real quick. It's a little more. This is this interview. I'm gonna just let this because this is the church dude. This is how all of this actually came to be, how everything came to light, and them knowing about this Operation Mockingbird.
Real concern that planted stories intended to serve a national purpose abroad came home and were circulated here and believed here because this would mean that the CIA could manipulate the news in the United States by channeling it through some foreign country. Now we're looking at that very carefully.
Do you have any people being paid by the CIA who are contributing to a major circulation American journal?
We do have people who submit pieces to two American journals.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks?
This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
At CBS, we had been contacted by the CIA. As a matter of fact, by the time I became the head of the whole news and public affairs operation in 1954, the ships had been established, and I was told about them and asked if I'd carry on with them.
We have quite a lot of detailed information and we will evaluate it, and we will include any evidence of wrongdoing or any evidence of impropriety in our final report and make recommendations.
Do you have any
that's
people?
enough. So are you getting what I'm trying to show you here? They have long been under the understanding of using media propaganda and plants as weapons. Cassandra Winters, welcome. Thank you. B1, Black first always. Man, it's a trip how they're using these tactics from then to now. It's never stopped. So when we are looking at so much being thrown at us every day on the news, so either it's just look how many distractions have been chucked at us. For those of y'all who've been following me, oh really? Oh Lord. Man, you know, as many people who have came and said this person is an agent, or this person may not be an agent, or something of the such, it kind of makes you wonder, because if they've been using COINTELPRO and this Operation Mockingbird for so long, I'm cracking again. That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't know what's going on today. Well, you know, I do know. Because this, again, it's a test. It's a test. Let me see if this works. Let me try this, and I will try. I'll be right back. We're pretty much wrapped up anyway, but let me try this one more time, and I will hopefully be right back at the street.
But it's that funky side to it. You can bob your hands, you can stomp your feet, you can smile at everyone you see on the streets, cause this is it. It's Beatzilla, baby. It's a new year. We're taking music back. In the street, they say you don't want to hear this. You better go and tell them.
Okay. Hopefully we got a good sound for the end of this thing here. Uh-oh. My volume here. Okay. Seems like we are right now. Okay. So look at what we are looking at. We are looking at propaganda coming towards Black folks at every side. And with that being said, we have to stay vigilant, vet every piece of information that comes on our direction, because at the end of the day, nobody is out here for our benefit. They have only been out for our destruction and our free labor. So, you know, with that being said, one way is to you start hearing them words heard. You know, that's a way to be on point. Again, also look at any Black content creator that only goes at other Black folk. If you see it more them going at other Black content creators than really dealing with the problems at hand while screaming they pro-Black, they might be questionable. So with that being said, you know, you got to be mindful of vetting everything and everyone, because we are the targets, folks. If y'all don't know, we are the main targets, because once we start thinking different and start looking at each other as the answer, as the unity with one another as the answer. You see people go on alert. With that being said, shout out to the empires of Alkebulon. We are Alkebulon. Again, everything that is going on may not always be announced immediately. So with that being said, we have been in the works of building something along with others, and Tina Berry, which you saw on Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur TV show a few days ago. And we've been working together for the last year to get something for the melanated family here as our own. And that is the Empires of Alkebulon. It is not a religion. It is not even, it is a micronation. So to give you a kind of a tribal identifier as well as naturalize it, you know what I mean? So with that being said, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. With that being said, this has been the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am Beatzilla PDX officially, and you can follow me at Instagram, Beatzilla PDX, Twitter, Beatzilla PDX, Facebook, Beatzilla PDX, Patreon, Beatzilla PDX official, and also on Melanated People, Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. If you also want to email me, you can do so at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, I also have the podcast, Our Real Truth with Beatzilla PDX official. And that's on Anchor FM, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and various other streaming sources. I'm not hard to find at all. So with that being said, again, please like and subscribe to this channel. If you enjoy what you're hearing, enjoy this good content, by all means, if you feel inclined to put some money in the bucket by way of donation, you can definitely do so at, let me get this banner up, at CashApp $Beatzilla PDX. That is CashApp $Beatzilla PDX. And all donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance, and thank you to those who have already given. Peace and blessings be unto you. And with that being said, y'all already know how we roll here. Y'all, we will be back tomorrow for the weekly roundup or weekly wrap up. And before I go, I just got to play this one more time because this is just so damn funny.
I have sinned against you, my Lord. And I would ask that your precious blood.
Don't be that guy, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I hope this was informative for y'all. I like to give education and news along with some humor as well. You know what I mean? Because everything ain't got to be all hard and dark. Shoot, even the dark stuff can be light sometimes. So, hey. With that being said, I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Y'all be blessed. Shalom, family. Esmont, what's happening?
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yeah. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan Who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man. And you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.